Lately, there has been a trend going around on the internet where kids as young as 5 are being positioned as influencers. And I don't mean the occasional child YouTuber playing with and unboxing toys. I mean small kids being put into questionable situations for likes and views. This exploitation is deeply disturbing, and not enough people are talking about it. So we're going to talk about it. This is Haley, and she just turned 6. Her and her mother has Facebook in an uproar. Their pictures have been going viral on Facebook for the past few years. Initially, it started out as what looked like innocent mommy and me pictures. You know those pictures where a mom and a child dress alike. Those are usually cute and innocent, and everyone loves them. They would dress alike, and mom will post the pictures on Facebook. But as Haley got older, people started to notice that her outfits were becoming inappropriate for her age. Now, when you choose to open yourself up to the internet, you open yourself up to attention. And you don't get to choose what type of attention you get, which is why a lot of people, even if they're not influencers or creators, have decided to not share any pictures of their kids online. I stopped doing this a few years ago because you never know where those pictures might end up once you choose to upload them to the internet. Now, I don't understand for the life of me what would cause a parent to not only put their kid out on the internet for millions of people to see, but to put them in these type of clothes and pose them in these type of poses. I don't understand it. I feel like if moms like this want to make money from social media, then they should make themselves the center of the content and not the kid. Look at this video.
It's your girl, Haley, and I'm about to...
Now, this is some weird ass behavior on the mom's part. And it's obvious that she's not doing this to show us how cute her daughter is. She is sexualizing her daughter for clout. Let me pull up her Facebook page so you can see. So this is the mother's Facebook page, but as you can see, the daughter is the content. She is getting so much backlash that she turned her comments off. There's no reason on earth that a kid should be posing like that. There's no way that you can explain that away as a mom. You can't. And here are some of the shares. They got 10.4K shares, almost 11,000 shares. There are shares that you can't even see because they're private. So there are people sharing the video and the share is private. Like, why would you want somebody to have that video or picture of your baby on their phone? It's crazy. So here are some of the comments. Her mama needs to be slapped. Nah, man. Lil Stank got a section in Mr. B's tonight. Hell no, go grab my belt, Lil B. Like, they are saying this about the baby. And she see it. This is her page. You see people saying crazy stuff about your kid, and you still choose to have her in the forefront like that. It's crazy. It ain't no amount of clicks and views and money that you can get from the internet that's worth your daughter having this type of attention on her and this much attention on her. It's just, nothing good can come from this. Like, it's crazy. My baby not going no MF and wear like this, not even online. Y'all need to start locking up hoes like this. Why y'all be having kids? It's not the clothes, it's the way that the mom is letting her pose. Subjecting your kids to PDF files as is never okay. You can tell both her and her mother don't have a father in their lives. This is the type of stuff that people are saying about her baby. The baby just turned 6. You choose what you put out there. Why would you choose this? And what if I told you that she is not the only mother that has went viral just this year alone for this very thing? Meet Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley and her mother went viral this year for a similar controversy. Miss Shirley is known on the internet, mostly over on TikTok, for doing the boots on the ground dance. Now, once her video went viral, people started to come out and tell Miss Shirley's mom that this dance was inappropriate and could potentially bring the wrong type of attention to the baby.
Every time I look up, that little girl is doing that boots on the ground dance. Get that girl some Cheeto Puffs and apple juice. She's tired. She been popping that fan for 4 months. I get it. She's so cute. She can do the dance better than most of us. But why is she on a world tour right now? No, like, seriously, is she on tour?
When it comes to children, it's everybody's business. Let's start there. Everybody should be in the business of protecting children. It does not have to be your child for you to have the instinct to want to protect them. They're innocent. Everybody should be protecting children. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is when you bring something to the internet, it now becomes everybody's business. It don't matter what you bring. You bring to the internet, it's everybody's business. It is what it is. Third thing I want to say is not everything is a trauma response. Yeah, I know that's crazy to believe. Not everything is a trauma response. This person, and I'm not even getting on them, I'm just saying in general because a lot of people said this, oh, that baby's fine. Basically trying to make it seem like everybody that's concerned is overreacting because her mom got her. I just want to ask you a question, and I'm not going to say nothing else about comments like these. If you got information that pedophiles, right, that people that are attracted to children were using your child's image in videos to get off, because I gotta say it like that for y'all to understand. If you got information that people were doing that, are you still gonna post your child? Yes or no? Answer very quickly. If you got information that people were doing stuff like that, do you consider your child safe, even though your child is not being abducted yet, even though your child is not being touched personally? Do you consider that safe, that your child's image is being used for these nefarious reasons? Answer quickly. Because if you answer yes, baby, there's nothing else we could even talk about. Conversation is done. You're one of those, and I'm one of these. That's it.
After the uproar that this caused on TikTok, you would think that the mother would take the video down or at least remove the child from the internet, right? No. She started letting people book her child to do that dance at adult parties. I wish I was making this up.
Why is Miss Shirley, this 4-year-old little girl that's a dancing sensation, why is she being booked for adult things? Like, why is she being booked for clubs, for nightclubs, for bars? I mean, she's always surrounded by adults and she's dancing for adults, and not all her dances are suitable for children, but she's doing them as a 4-year-old for adults. Not only that, they also have meet and greets where it's adults picking her up. Like, there's videos of her being carried by adults that are not part of her family that she's never met before. There's one guy that said, like, behind the sunglasses there were tears. Why are you crying because you met a 4-year-old girl? Like, it makes no sense to me, and that also really messes with her head and makes her feel like every adult is safe.
I didn't know that people were like blatantly pimping out their children on social media. I didn't know that people weren't even being discreet about it. I'm not on the side of TikTok where Miss Shirley is. I don't even want to call her that because she's a child. She's a literal child. She's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 or 6. That's probably 2. I don't know how old she is. She's a baby. And her parents have her whole TikTok page where she does dances to adult songs. They had her recreate that old song that Put On Your Red Dress, that song, in an actual red dress. And that felt like an appropriate decision for you to make for the parents of a young girl. They also do meet and greets where they offer people the opportunity to pay money to come see their baby. Women and men alike can pay money to come meet your baby, and that doesn't strike you as weird. But for all of the people who during the R. Kelly trial and the Nickelodeon, like where all the child stars are talking about the horrific things that have happened to them, and people are like, how could they do this to your child? Why would you do that? That's insane. Pimping out your kids is not new. It's not new. It's almost the oldest trick in the book. And for the people who support that page, I'm looking at y'all sideways too. What are you getting out of watching a little girl dance? To me, personally, from my side, that feels a little bit weird. And even if the simple act of watching her TikToks, even if that wasn't weird, knowing that her parents are basically pimping her out and still supporting the video, that's just wrong. Y'all need help. You need help.
I'm gonna keep it a bean and a buck. First it started off cute, but now it's getting a bit too much. Miss Shirley is only 3 years old. Let that baby be a baby. She ain't even made it to kindergarten yet. I stopped liking their videos because once I seen that baby bent over, touched the ground, and popped her hip, I got irritated fast. The name alone, Miss Shirley, don't even sit right with me. For the love of money, all this stuff that's been happening in the industry, like, people need to wake up. Even got her dancing with Tay Cheesy doing all that grinding. That baby look tired of doing that. And what really ruffles my feathers is her being booked for all these adult events. Why they not setting this baby up for family events, birthday parties for the kids? And everyone defending them saying she don't know that she's doing anything bad. We not blaming the child. It's the creeps out there that's looking for this type of stuff. That's the problem. The man in the background talking about get it, little mama. None of that sits right with me. She need to be somewhere dancing the sharp do.
So these two examples are so egregious that you think it couldn't get any worse, right? It can. This is Ren. Her mother is probably one of the most hated moms on TikTok. She is infamous for creating content that centers around putting her daughter in sexually suggestive positions, letting her say suggestive things and make suggestive sounds. And yes, you heard exactly what I said. And according to the internet, she was allegedly doing these things while knowing exactly what she was doing and exactly what type of attention she was bringing to her child.
Ren might be the most sexually exploited child online that there is right now. Jacqueline is a mom of a daughter named Ren, who is now 4 years old. Jacqueline began first posting videos of Ren on TikTok when she was just a few months old. It was back in 2019, maybe even 2020. And before Ren was even 2 years old, their TikTok account had reached 1 million followers. Now they have over 17 million. Now at first, it seemed like it was super innocent. It was cute videos of a baby, then they would have videos of, mom versus grandma outfits that they would dress Ren in, things like that. But over the past 4 years, this content has taken a very drastic turn. These days, Jacqueline is often posting videos of Ren where Ren is opening her mouth, she's eating and drinking, she's putting things in her mouth that are shaped like different food objects like street corn, hot dogs, things like that. She's also being put in positions that certainly could be seen as sexual in my opinion, and even going as far as Ren sometimes saying things that could be considered subtly sexual or even outright sexual. And all of this content that is being put out is orchestrated by her mom, Jacqueline. Now, the comments in these videos, when her comments are left on, are full of people either making sexual and creepy comments or people saying, get your daughter the heck offline. This is inappropriate. And it almost feels as though the public is more concerned with the safety of Ren than her own mother. Now, the amount of people who are saving these videos of Ren as well, it is truly insane. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, it is truly crazy.
The sad truth about the situation with Ren's mom right now is that this is not a situation of us needing to convince this woman that creepy, disgusting people are doing creepy, disgusting things with the content she is posting of her child online. She gets it. This is a situation where she needs us to believe that she doesn't know that she doesn't believe that's happening. She didn't turn the comments off because of the creepy people. She turned the comments off so we, the public, could stop saying, look at all these creepy comments. Aren't you worried about this? Aren't you worried about this? Because she's not. Because that is her target audience. The creator that makes the Sandwich Family skits, if you've ever seen those, previously had a character that was a sickly Victorian child, okay? She had to stop that series because she was getting disgusting messages from these P words. And she is a very, clearly an adult doing a skit, getting those messages. Imagine for a moment what Ren's mom is receiving every single day in her DMs. All of Ren's mom's posts are so calculated. They are just inappropriate or iffy enough to appeal to the creepy, disgusting people who are using it for the weird ways they're using it, while leaving just enough room for people to be like, you're weird for thinking about that. Why would you ever view it that way? Basically what I'm trying to say is the conversation needs to shift from this mom is so stupid to this mom is dangerous and she's purposely putting her child in these situations to make money off of her child. And I truly believe the TikTok content is the tip of the iceberg. I'm just going to say this is just a theory, this is just speculation, but the video where she swallowed the gum.
I swallowed it. Is that okay?
I think with all my heart, that was custom content that someone bought from her. I think someone specifically requested to have her say those words. If you look at the clip, there's a backdrop. The lighting is too good. It was set up for specifically whatever she was doing. She put her against a backdrop, she set up big lights, and then had her say that. And in between, in the clip, when she says, I swallowed it, and then, is that okay? There's a cut there. And the way she said it was not natural. That was not the way a child would say that. That was when you tell a very small child to repeat something you said. I don't think I can keep talking about this right now because I keep getting more and more upset and my blood pressure is just going through the roof. But something needs to be done. I don't know what that something is because of how calculated she is, how much room she leaves for plausible deniability. But there is more out there, and it's just a matter of time until it comes out, and someone needs to do something to protect this child because her own mother is never going to. There's no amount of convincing we can do to say your child is unsafe because she is the one making the unsafe environment purposely.
Okay, so as a former FBI agent, I actually want to talk about the controversy surrounding the TikTok social media platform of a little girl named Ren Eleanor. She's about 4 or 5 years old, and her mom's name is Jacqueline. And there's been a lot of controversy on TikTok surrounding the fact that she's basically being exploited on this platform. I've looked through it. I have to say I absolutely believe that she is being exploited. So y'all know I don't post pictures of my daughter on my sort of open social media pages. I have one of her, but it's of her back. I just feel strongly about the fact she really can't consent to that. And this page is really about me and not necessarily about her. That being said, though, I don't have issues with, parents and kids who do these kinds of things together and who sort of know what they're doing. But I looked at this page, and this page is all about just a 4-year-old. That's it. It's not about her mom and her mom's lifestyle or anything like that. It is all about a 4-year-old. And I have a significant problem with that because she really can't consent to that. And the mom is profiting off of this. And I have to wonder, is the mom pocketing all this money or is she giving it to her daughter, which is really who it should go to because the reality is that she's doing the work for the page. Mom's just posting. But there's also issues, too, with some perhaps child predators following the page, commenting on the page, and that is also concerning. You have to remember, when you post pictures of yourself, your children, whomever, anyone has access to that. And that's what's happening here. That includes child predators. Also, there's some videos of her that people have commented sort of, why are they not flagged? Because it could violate community guidelines. And the ones they're talking about are the ones regarding exploitation of minors. I just want to read you the definition of how TikTok views that. It's abuse of a position of power or trust for purposes, including profiting financially, socially, sexually, or politically from the exploitation of a minor. So here's the thing. I do believe a minor is being exploited here, but I have noticed that she took down the 4th of July picture that was in question, but is not addressing it. So she knows her behavior, in my opinion, is wrong. The mom knows this. I do have to wonder who the majority of her followers are, if they are child predators, which I don't know if they are or not. I don't think that they are. Then the reality is she is exploiting her child. But I'm guessing that that's why this hasn't been flagged for community guidelines. Unethical? Yes. Is she probably taking money that, in my opinion, probably belongs to her child? Absolutely. And I do think this account is highly problematic.
Yesterday, I posted a video on how pedophiles who can't access child will use children's influencer accounts on social media, and these accounts are knowingly run by parents, usually mothers. I've seen a lot of comments where people are very disturbed by specific mom influencer accounts. So I checked out one account in particular and I looked at the content and how many saves there were. So if the little girl was doing something innocent, not a lot of saves. If the little girl was doing something that could be seen as sexualized, it was shocking. The little girl with an adult, 400 saves. Shaking her hips while wearing a skirt, 6,000 saves. Does it again, 7,000 saves. Does it again, 8,000 saves. Sitting in a chair, 12,000 saves. Sucking on a straw, eating a turkey leg, eating a kebab, and then licking a straw, 20,000 saves. Sucking on a straw, 50,000 saves. Changing her eye color and almost looking seductive and older, 300,000 saves. When you post videos on social media, you can see when people start watching the video and when they stop. You can also see at what point during the video they choose to like and save it.
The internet is a scary place, even more so for kids because 9 times out of 10, they never ask for their picture to be uploaded. The behavior of these moms is just inexcusable. It's gross, and they're grown. They know what they're doing. At the very least, they're teaching their daughters to be sexual in a world that already sexualizes little girls. I pray that these daughters are protected and kept safe from harm, and I pray that these mothers have the day that they deserve.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.